75% of Americans say they'd trust an AI shopper less the moment its picks were sponsored. Hold on to that number, because the fridge that's about to start ordering your groceries runs on an advertising business. Nobody's putting that on the box. And this isn't a 2030 story. The deals are signed, the payment rails are built, and it's arriving in kitchens through a software update. So here's what I actually wanted to work out. When your kitchen reorders the milk, who chose that milk? By the end of this, you'll know exactly where in that chain the money sits, and the one setting worth guarding. Start with what's real, because this part is not speculative. Samsung and Instacart signed a multi-year deal that puts grocery ordering right on the fridge door. It begins with the 2025 Bespoke models, and existing AI family hub units get it pushed to them through a software update. At CES this year, Samsung's Bespoke fridge turned up running Google's Gemini, reading labels, pulling text off packaging, tracking what's about to turn. GE went a different direction. A barcode scanner built into the water dispenser, so your groceries get logged on the way in. Different bets, same destination. The fridge stops being a box that keeps things cold and starts being a storefront. Now, here's where I expected to be impressed, and wasn't. Samsung's AI vision recognizes about 37 fresh items, plus roughly 50 packaged ones. Fine, respectable, but the camera only watches the main cabinet, not the door bins, not the freezer, not the flex drawer, which means the fridge holds a confident opinion about your lettuce and no idea the milk exists. In testing, packaged goods land near 89% recognition, but loose produce drops to somewhere between 62 and 74. And reading an expiry date off a curved surface fails about a quarter of the time. That's the part the launch video skips. And we have been here before. June 2000, LG ships the world's first internet refrigerator, the Internet Digital DIOS. 55 researchers, around $49 million of research. A screen, a webcam, a network port, and yes, an MP3 player. The price? North of $20,000. It failed. Not because the engineering was bad. It failed because the problems it solved were barely problems. Here's the example historians actually cite. The fridge would let you know you were running low on juice. You know what else does that? A transparent juice bottle. We already owned the sensor. It cost about $4, and it came with juice in it. So why is the internet fridge back? And this time with serious partners behind it. I know what you're thinking. Better cameras. Not really. What changed isn't the seeing, it's the paying. Over the last year, the payments industry quietly finished the plumbing that lets machines buy things. Google's Agent payments protocol launched with more than 60 partners. MasterCard, PayPal, American Express, OpenAI, and Stripe ship their own. Visa and MasterCard each run agent schemes on card rails. Etsy is live. 1 million plus Shopify merchants are live. Walmart and Target are queued up. Nobody solved recognizing your groceries. Everybody solved checkout. Which brings us to the real question. If the fridge is going to order, something has to rank the options, and ranking is a business. Instacart's advertising arm pulled about $1.18 billion in 2024, at margins near 80%. It is the single most profitable thing that company does. Widen the lens. U.S. retail media is a $71 billion market this year, and that money buys exactly one thing: position. Top of the list. The industry isn't even coy about where this goes. The forecasts now describe retail media shifting from selling ad placements to licensing influence over agents. Read that phrase again. The shelf is being rebuilt inside the appliance. Here's the collision. Groceries are the number one thing people say they'd hand to an AI. 41% ahead of every other category. But only around 9% want it buying with nobody's hands on the wheel. And now that opening number comes back. 75% would trust the agent less if its picks were paid for. The same 75% would trust the brand less for paying. So the business model most likely to fund this is the business model most likely to break it, which makes the practical move simple. Keep it on suggest, not buy. Read the substitutions. A swap is where a sponsorship hides. And if a recommendation can't tell you why it's first, treat that as your answer. None of this makes the automated kitchen a bad idea. It makes disclosure the entire ballgame, which is the line we care about at Recipy. We use AI too. The difference is that ours is grounded in real, tested recipe data. And when a recipe is AI generated, we label it as AI. No invented author, no pretending it came out of a kitchen it never saw. Because most food apps just run on your phone, Recipy runs your kitchen. And that only works if you can always see why it's telling you what it's telling you. RecipeApp.com. And next time, If a brand can pay to be first in your cart, what's stopping it from paying its way into your recipe? Subscribe. That one gets uncomfortable.
Subscribe. Long-form explainers, weekday afternoons.